Oh well. I said, I've played this game a couple of times already. This has happened before, so I'm gonna see that it's just a random thing. I'm gonna go for it again, and again, and again.
Where's Mr. Bear?
Until we've got what we want.
Callum. Stay in the car. Go and ask information.
Do.
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath. Think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey,
And they are going to blame you anyway.
I think
So don't blame yourself. There are plenty of other people who are willing enough to do that for you. It's a better walk away. Nice. Oh, and of course the
Wait for mommy, Callum.
getting stuck in the bars with the roller coaster. That is something that definitely we don't want
There's
in this
something
run.
special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention, employees. The park is now closed.
The park is
Have a
now
safe journey
closed.
home.
Do. Alright. Time to start running.
Oh God. The park. What happened here?
You can't catch me.
Yeah, that's good. As soon as he just passed me where when we are at the first bench, that's a good walk away. And that crash we just had, I did hear people saying it could happen in this game. But it usually happen because you're doing certain stuff that the game doesn't want you to. And that was clearly not the case with what we were doing.
Callum, stay where you are.
Because we were just riding the escalator, so... No muss, no fuss.
Come on, Mommy.
Alright, so we got another 4 minutes to banter away. Okay, so what are the points of improvements we saw in the last run? The starting running after conversations could be a little bit tighter. The pausing at the bumper cars that we needed to do because the game knocks your controller out. Could be a little bit faster. We can do without the pausing at the pill and the gate scene.
A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel.
Yeah, and in the House of Horrors,
Very poor and had very
definitely the wrong turn. You need to get that out. Because to be honest, I want that out, no matter what the time is going to be. If it's better or worse than what we have said, I want it out. Because I want to
I tell you
make
what,
things a
husband,
cleaner run
we
as
will
possible.
take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all four starve, you fool.
Do you ever
Hansel and
starve?
Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself, the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again. Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days.
Yeah. Almost there. Story's almost over.
The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls.
Yeah, and at the end of the story, both children were diabetic and lost a leg or two.
An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you. But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother.
Alright.
Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
Alright, another thing I was thinking about before starting this was that I could make a few more splits of this, like one after every ride. Because every ride ends with a cut, when you go in a ride and when you go out a ride, so I could have done that, but I thought that would just needed me to focus more on splitting than playing the game, so that's why I chose 2. One for the park, one for the House of Horrors.
Feast upon him.
We're almost there. Just a little more.
Time
2 more turns.
and poor Hansel refused to eat. fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not
I'm
know
inside,
how.
little
Where is
one.
the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked.
Look at them standing there, so
Because even children
quiet.
can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Who is the worst person here? The two kids burning the witch and then eating her? Or just the witch trying to give candy to the little children? Don't give me that judgmental look, you swan. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
Yeah, nice transition.
Another accident. This place.
Still trying to listen if I can hear with the vibration, on which vibration you can start running again. I will get it down.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy.
Yeah, it could also be medication, girl. Cause you are just plain old crazy. Come on, get in.
I can't get on while it's moving. I can't get on while it's moving. I can't get on while it's moving.
3 times, damn. Yeah, go to light speed. Because the faster you go, the sooner we're done. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. And before you know it, you're already halfway through the run.
treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides.
Damn, that text
time I saw
came
Callum,
late.
my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
Damn, that text came way later than normal.
80s music. Guess it
Oh, well.
floats someone's boat.
We're not gonna let deter us from the issue at hand.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
Oh, that went faster. Nice. The first try. Okay, happy. But like I said, we don't have much that we need to gain still, but I hope we can get that 8 seconds.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
Funny part is, I have someone on my Steam account that also named Callum, so... During this game, he's been popping up a few times. Every time she mentions Callum, the Callum from Steam pops up. Really nice touch. Too bad it isn't showing up on stream because I all knocked it out. Okay, let's get ready to run. Because the thing is, you can already run before the screen pops up, is what I noticed. So, as you can see, I was already going down the stairs before the screen popped back on. So, I'm hoping by doing things like this, it will give us those extra few seconds that I want in order to get the record that I envision for myself. Which I'm still more than sure it's possible.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping a piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him. I always wanted to ride this.
Oh, cool. It went okay. We didn't get stuck in it this time. Nice. Okay, I think are at least 10 seconds earlier in this than last time.
To talk about Callum.
Let's hope I'm right.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
So
Tell me where my son is.
The witch has him now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Yes, just leave me alone.
Always were.
You cannot run once the ride starts. So strap yourself in and get it on. No, kill him! Alrighty. So let's hope I can get the entire turn around before the screen pops back on. Come on, Android.
The witch awaits. Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. They are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. And there will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why. The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Let's find his body.
Poor bastard. Who did this to him?
Chuck E. Cheese was the one who did it. When you judges his cheese, he just get off his knuckle.
These are mine.
These are mine. Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Run, little boy, run. 'Cause mommy's going to get ya.
No.
Keep on walking. Keep on walking.
The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. What secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide.
The lonely
The face of the witch
suicide.
looms over it all. I've always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
Ooh! Oh, 30 seconds! A lot more than I thought I could do. The loading times are way too fast in this game. No chance to relax. Alright, if I can just stop making the mistake here, I'm happy. Ooh, I never saw Callum walking up there. I think we got most of the kings out of the cable. I think this run, I think only one small mistake that cost us maybe half a second. But other than that, perfect. Love me all you want, but this time I didn't make a mistake. So it should be the few extra seconds again. I hope we can finish it without the game breaking again. Because this is my kind of record. One day.
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
Yeah, Callum, you wait there. We'll be around the next corner.
One little duck went out one day.
Well, at least the little boy is with his father now. And the funny part of this is that the house. It gets more and more run down. Each and every round, more blood everywhere, more despair. Losing all traces of hope. Oh my god. We are going swimmingly right now. That could maybe a little bit smoother, but I'll take it. More despair, Takashi, not despair. We're not gonna drag Monokuma in this, are we? Okay, one more round. If we can get there by 33:30 into the next segment, it will be perfect. I'm already more than happy with the time we are sitting down here right now, but if we can better the second sequence as well, sweet. But gaining 30 seconds in the first part, I didn't think we could do that anymore. I thought it really was going to be a second thing. Alright.
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. Two children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. The child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, the mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch. But I am, aren't I?
Yes, you are! Yes!
Callum. Callum!
Now that's the record I want to give. 34, 34, 43.
Callum,
The numbers alone is beautiful.
Callum,
Yeah. Try beating that.
Callum!
Yep, I'm happy with it. Let's hope everything is recorded well on Twitch, so I can make a highlight out of it and send that to the Speedrun website, and hope they will approve it. Because as I said before, I haven't sent anything in for approval yet, so let's hope they'll accept it. And then we've got this beautiful time, 34, 34, 43. Alright, I think there's little less to improve upon this one so far. I'm going to review it myself and see if there's anything more I can do with it.
Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
I don't know.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Yeah, she always returns. And that's it. That's the park.